I think that last point you made is the most important. The ability with the Emperor's Divide to kind of say, whoa, way back up, or shove a Pop Blossom out of grabbing a multiple of your company, as Shadow has set up his own little spy operation as he watches his own blue buff get taken. Knight has first from over Care. Can hop over with the Blast Cone. Wade dashing forward. Maybe just to push Shadow off of his blue buff. Shadow flashes forward, tries to secure it, but it's Knight that is able to grab it for Way. A lot of damage buffer there by Shadow. They have the bailout if they need it. Care dashes as well. Flashes galore, but Elk finds first blood onto Assume, and he's going to make it a double up. Elk and On, the difference right now for BLG, and Care can't even find a strike.
And that's going to put some extra priority onto these towers. Sheer has Shadow in the area. Bin needs to be careful. Oh, bot lane.
Oh my god, but bot lane, Assume has the bailout, but who's there to bail him out? Nobody. Elk gets another kill in. To push further for those turrets like you're talking about, if they're having to play further back, and we're talking about Sheer, and he just walks into a free pick.
No.
BLG are unrelenting. This is the Bilibili Gaming, a split one that we thought could contend for the LPL title.
This is a BLG who just went back to the green room, shook themselves off and said, no, we're better than this. We should not be losing out in this situation. And so far, so good. 5 kills, like you said, and they're going to be up by a decent chunk of gold at this point in the game as well. Just over 2k. BLG also going to be able to grab themselves up these grubs, and this really sucks for FPX. Yes, you get the Drake on the backside, but who cares? You've got a Yorick. Yorick and grubs is a combo made in heaven.
I mean, Sheer can't even get his ghouls up. He can't even get to his turret. Elk is so dangerous right now with 2 long swords, and he's hitting every single Mystic shot. It's like he's got aimbot. Sheer does take over to level 6, so he gets the main to at least buy him some space, but Wade says time to close that gap. Great Tangle Barb from On, and Elk is quiet. Starfall. Shadow is waiting to churn that ultimate. Assume jumps forward. Watch the Pantheon flying at some point, or maybe he doesn't. He says, this is a lost cause. The Fate's Call does come down from Assume. He throws Way towards Elk, but they don't get towards that Ezreal. It does leave Way to his own devices, but there's just not enough of a pack behind the punch right now for FPX. And with the Realm Warp in from Knight, the even odds are completely obliterated. Another win for BLG.
Golden items and don't even have a numbers advantage, so there's no way you're going to win it in the first place.
They are just getting taxed on everything. Shadow can't even farm his own jungle. He can't. He's never gotten that blue buff all game long. The spot
I'm immediately worried for their continued existence on the Rift. Joy proving that to me right now as he takes a huge chunk of damage.
This is a 10-minute Trinity Force block. So this is a 10-minute Trinity Force. Damage, we have to even out the odds, right?
Oh yeah, of course, of course. I love seeing both sides of the spectrum. What was that, 57 minutes that game was? That was crazy.
55?
55,
something,
yeah.
Something towards the high 50s almost, yeah.
Absolutely insane. As you can see, every single time any member right here, BLG steps up.
54 minutes.
54,
the shortest game was also already given to FPX. They are the losers of the shortest game, I'm pretty certain, up against Top Esports. 23-29 is going to be pretty hard to beat, Bloxer.
Yeah, it's very funny that NIP had top until the Herald up and available, 2 and a bit until the Drake. For now, it's just going to be the bullying of BLG. They can just go in here.
Assume and Jue are really trying to make this work, and they actually do have Wei kind of caught. There's the Emperor's Divide, throws Wei back into his own team, but he does fall. Shadow flashing out to safety. Knight going to try and chase him down, but not going to be able to through the 2 turrets. So we finally get a trade of kills, and that is, folks, a win for FPX.
Just about, but it is now going to turn into this mid lane tier 1, getting at least massively chunked. The next wave
now
a little bit slow. Yeah, does have the TP if you wanted to maybe move up towards the top side. Nah, just going to lose this one out. And yeah, this is the unfortunate thing when you're this far behind. It takes so long to be able to pick up your kills, and you don't even manage to kill onto the most important member to get down. It just means you lose out on the rest. Care now needs to be careful. He's got both Knight and Elk here.
Does have Flash. There's the Pop Blossom, though. Oh, perfect follow Flash. Own reads Care like a book.
Yep, easy.
Get away with just a trade most of the time up against BLG, but Jue, hello, handshaking and verbally agreeing to his own death warrant. Bailout down, assumed to fall once more. Care's teleport just a little bit too late to the party. The Sand Soldiers will find its mark onto Wei. But Knight is here, and most importantly, Elk is here on an Ezreal that is so inflated, it would blow your mind, and he just auto-attacks down the last two straggling members of FPX for another multi-kill.
Gonna be an ace right here. Just 16 minutes into this game. You can see the look on the faces right here of the members of FPX. They know this one is pretty dang over at this point.
Not making it so difficult to find the wins that they've been known to get with ease in past, and it's plays like this that have made BLG so feared in the LPL as it's just rinse and repeat, sending these guys to the gray screen as quickly as possible.
And Grey Screen Simulator, very much the name of the game here for FPX. I guess one good thing you could say is it's not a perfect game. They've had a couple kills. They managed to get themselves a Drake. It is also at least not a situation where an FF would have been faster, you know. They have at least taken 18 minutes off of the clock. I think we'll go over 20 minutes. I don't know this is going to be a less than 20-minute game, but this is complete and utter domination. This is BLG speedrunning, getting us to a game number 3. That is very exciting for a matchup with so many implications for the standings.
Really trying to shake up that middle of the pack as Shadow dives into the middle of BLG. Crescent Guard gonna block a lot of damage. Hostile takeover again from Joy is pretty good, but the important member is untouched and free hitting. It's Elk, and he does not look like a deer in the headlights this game. He looks like a man with a mission, and that mission could be claiming the quickest game of 2025 in the LPL. With Grubs and with Care and Shadow only up, they might try for it right now. They got the middle inhibitor down. They pivot towards topside, and they won't go for that award just yet, but they still got time.
They've still got 4 full minutes, 4.5 minutes at this point to be able to complete this game, and it feels pretty likely Elk just going to go for this play right here. They're even able to move away from the Emperor's Divide. This is just a disaster.
They do lose Bin. And Elk has a low health bar, despite how many items he does have. Oh, lethal tempo. Finds that shutdown for Care. Quicker reset for Elk. Costs him 1,000 gold.
And Knight just nicks away that red buff to end things out. Jue also potentially under threat right here. I think he's going to be okay. He's going to step down, right? He's not going to walk up into that bush, surely.
Surely, right?
Oh.
Bloxer, what have you done? Bye-bye, Jue. Oh, the limp away bailout. We have pushed way over the 1 kill per minute for BLG.
Oh, yeah. Exceptionally bloody game at this point. Usually when we say 1 kill a minute, we're referring to combined rather than per team. BLG really just are on such an accelerated path into this one. 20 minutes have now ticked over. There is an Atakan available if you want to go for it for BLG. But at the same time, they've managed to take themselves down this mid lane inhibitor.
Rushes. Nico pretty good at sniffing him out. Knight is going to be the one to face check, and hey, they do get to Knight. Goes into the stasis, though. Does have the flash. Going to try and buy some space. The Seraphs, will it save Knight long enough? No! Assume gets the first kill. Waits the next one to get hopped on. Flashes with the Crescent Guard. Will his turret protect him? He tries to dash back in. He's buying a lot of time. The turret is starting to really ramp up. And Elk is able to trade back the 1 kill onto Sheer.
Oh, look at that. Don't say 22 minutes later. Don't send us to a 40-minute game right here. Is going to be the Atakan started up by BLG. You do have members in the area, but not a lot of them. I think they're just going to concede this one. I think that's the right decision. There's no reason to step up right here. Part of why FPX have been able to claw their way back into this, going to see the Rift Tower popped. Now looking to crack open the base in the top side of the map.
Hold on, though. Assume was going to back. He canceled it. So this is going to be a 1v2 that I don't think Bin signed up for. Assume's going to get to throw as many spears as he wants into it, but maybe Bin wants the 2v1. Can he heal enough through for Assume? No. 1 for 1, but look at the top side of the map right now. It is Grub again as Rift Herald brings down another inhibitor. So Bin's 2v1 death, where something that can cause you a death if you're Sheer, and wave states are never in your favor. So you have to take really small pockets and try and capitalize on them. But all it's really gotten them is 1 tier 2 turret on that bot side, but the bottom lane is the 1 target of BLG by this point, the last inhibitor standing, and with 6 Grubs, with how strong Elk is on 3 items, why not go to knock it down? But Hui again is the target of all of FPX's harassment. The Crescent Guard will buy him space for now as he tries to throw Jouet at him. The hostile takeover is going to hit onto Elk, but not before he takes Assume away with him. Knight goes into the stasis at just the perfect time, and with no health bars aplenty, FPX have to back off, but they won't let them. Knight will not let them. He wants to bludgeon them with his golden left hand and his golden boy of an AD carry known as Elk. Just like that, the finishing touches have been put on BLG's most dominating game of Group Ascend to send us the distance in our matchup of Group Ascend.
That's it. We're going to get 3 games of this matchup. Hopefully the next one going to be a little bit closer. FPX, honestly, kind of dismantled BLG in game number 1. BLG, though, come back swinging in this game number 2. It's not the fastest, but it's dang close. 25-minute game. No Baron needed to be able to pick up that victory right there for BLG.